We go to Florida, where the winning just keeps winning.
Woo!
Governor Ron DeSantis, the macho man himself, has said, due to all the knuckleheads that are protesting in other universities lately,
It's true! Fuck!
here in Florida, not going to happen.
Go fuck yourself.
Hamas-loving students who attack Jewish students and or protest will be expelled from said universities.
Get the fuck out of my sight before I demolish you.
Oh my.
I'm going to be more obnoxious.
I'm Jazz Borgonzo and this.
And I'm going to make you all learn to love it.
So what's next? What's up, everyone? Jazz Borgonzo, what's next? Your daily dose. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Friday as we go into the weekend. Well, there's name a place in the United States where the winning just keeps coming. No matter what happens. It's just win after win after win after win. Not New York, not LA, not Texas. You would think Texas, but no, not Texas. Not even in Magaville. Florida, run by the governor himself, the macho man himself, Ron DeSantis, where everything he touches like Midas doesn't turn to gold, but it turns to wrecking the woke lives, killing the woke mind virus. That's what he does. Everything from sports by birth bill in the month of June, of course, that is the rainbow month, to wrecking Disney's World and taking away their tax-exempt form, i.e. Vatican status. And, of course, the parental rights bill where basically said, yeah, this your sexuality bullshit, yeah, not going to be taught to anyone between kindergarten and third grade. I would extend it to sixth grade, but that's just me. But now we fast forward. What's going on right now? Well, you got protests. You got anti-Jewish protests. You got Jewish students being attacked by Hamas lovers in different campuses across the country. The most notable, Columbia and NYU. So while NYU and Columbia goes out to hold hands and sing kumbayas, Ron DeSantis, yeah, that shit ain't happening in Florida. You try that shit here, you're going to be expelled from Florida universities. Oh my. And this, coming from Breitbart, Ron DeSantis, unruly, he uses unruly. Anti-Jewish pro-Hamas protesters will be expelled from universities. Florida universities, shall I say. Anti-Jewish pro-Hamas protesters, such as those seen at Columbia and Yale, oh, I forgot to mention lovely Yale as well, will be expelled if they try to pull the same bullshit stunts at Florida universities. Governor Ron DeSantis made it clear on Thursday. Quote, you think about what happened when you have these Hamas demonstrators out. They're taking over bridges, taking over roads. He said that, noting that these individuals do not have the right to do that. Other states have banned that and or, well, if you have to run them over, well, it is what it is. Anyway, quote, how do you know that if someone may need to get to the hospital, someone may need to pick up a child somewhere, you're just going to commandeer the road, he said, highlighting the viral instances that we saw protesters trying to pull that same stunt in Miami. In a matter of minutes, police officers responded, dragged the protesters off the roads, threw them off the bridges, and threw them in the gulags. That last part was mine, but that may be something that Ron may have to consider. In Florida, we drag these people out of the road and arrest them. Basically saying, get the off the road. I gotta go here, there. I don't care if I'm going for a lovely trip down Miami. Get off the road. You'll get dragged off, or something else could happen. Just saying. Yeah, shut the hell up. Quote, we're not going to tolerate that. You look at the universities. We have students that are doing that. I mean, some of the stuff which Hamas, I think, is absurd that someone would go out and demonstrate that, DeSantis said, adding. But, when you're chasing Jewish students around, when you're not letting a Jewish professor enter a building, when you're targeting people like that, it's not free speech. He's right. It's not. It's harassment. DeSantis said, and such actions are clearly harassment, of course, that violates appropriate conduct. Yet students doing this at the places such as Columbia and Yale rule the roost and do whatever they want. Yes, like unruly children, they scream and yell and throw tantrums until the parents give in. DeSantis says that such actions are clear harassment I'm sorry, excuse me. And these administrators have the presidents of the universities are weak. They're scared. They don't do anything, he said, making it clear that such behavior will not fly in the Sunshine State. Quote, you do that in Florida universities, we're showing you the door. You're going to be expelled when we're doing stuff like that. You know what? The minute people start to face consequences, you are not going to see this nonsense going on. Yes, there has to be consequences to your actions. And these universities, these high elite universities, quote unquote, don't have the balls to do that. Here's Ron.
You think about what happened when you have these Hamas demonstrators out. They're taking over bridges and they're taking over roads. And first of all, you don't have a right to do that. You have someone get stuck in traffic. How do you know if someone may need to get to a hospital? Someone may need to pick up a child somewhere, and you're just going to commandeer the road because you have this ideological predilection. They tried to do that in Miami, and what happened? In 10 minutes, they got dragged off the road where they belonged, and we're not going to tolerate that. You look at.
I wish we had that governor here in the northeast.
When we have students who are doing things that, I mean, look, some of the stuff with the Hamas, I think is absurd that someone would go out and demonstrate on that. But, you know, when you're chasing Jewish students around, when you're not letting a Jewish professor enter a building, when you're targeting people like that, that's not free speech. I mean, that's harassment. That violates appropriate conduct. And yet, at Columbia, at Yale, all these places, those folks rule the roost.
And
They
it
do
obviously
whatever they
violates the
want.
First Amendment.
And these administrators and the presidents of these universities are weak. They're scared, and they don't do anything. You know, you do that in Florida at our universities, we're showing you the door. You're going to be expelled when you're doing that stuff. And you know what? The minute people start to face consequences, you are not going to see this nonsense going on.
DeSantis' remarks comes as Columbia has canceled in-person classes as pro-Hamas lovers, yes, Hamas lovers, continue to protest and to ruin Jewish students' lives. DeSantis is a savage. He's an absolute savage. When you have someone, you know, commander-in-chief, excuse me, shall I say, says A, does B. You know, I'm going to say it, then I'm going to do it. I'm going to say it, then I'm going to do it. You know, that is the kind of leadership that every state should have. And they don't. There's only a handful. There's only one Ron DeSantis. But you have Iowa with Kim Reynolds. You have Mississippi. You have Louisiana. You know, you have the Dakotas. You have South Carolina. There's only a handful of them that actually are going to say what they say and then do it. Who are going to conduct business the way they need to conduct business. Who are not going to allow bullshit policies or bullshit knuckleheads run the roost. And that's what's going on in Florida. Excuse me. But when it comes to these protesters, when it comes to these Hamas lovers, when it comes to Jewish students being harassed and attacked, we've seen them physically attacked. I did a story a while ago in regards to one Jewish student who got poked in the eye by a Hamas lover, tore down the American flag, and then danced around like they were hitting the lottery, you know, celebrating, you know, kumbayaing, if you will. That shit has to stop. You know, if there's a cause, there's an effect. If you do A, there must be B. If you do something that's incorrect, that's improper, that is wrong, flat out wrong, consequences must be dealt. They must be handed out, dealt with swiftly, and sometimes harshly. And when it comes to these Hamas protesters that are running roughshod in Yale, Columbia, NYU, and when you had the faculty themselves coming out in support of Hamas, what the fuck, man? But good for Florida. Good for Florida. You guys in Florida have got it made. Seriously, you guys got a governor. You guys got a government support system that actually supports you, that actually stands by you. Yes, it's not perfect. No, because no government is. But, damn it, Florida, that's as close as you're going to get. Because we're sure as hell not going to see it in Washington anytime soon, no matter who the wins in November. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it, hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss a thing. Continue to spread the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.